Hi boys and girls, in this video I'm going to be doing today's math lesson with you. Now as I mentioned in my morning video, today we will start talking about money. We are going to learn just very quickly this week about pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Next week we will learn a little bit about the dollar, and then we will wrap up our lesson on money. So this is just a quick introduction for you to help you start to get a concept and understanding of money. If you have questions along the way, please be sure to reach out to me. There was a few friends who reached out to me about time. I was able to send them a few resources to help them better understand telling time, and I'm happy to help you out if you're struggling. You just have to ask, okay? So if you open up your math books today, we are going to be on this chapter 16, lesson 1. It begins on page 593. And up here at the top it says pennies and nickels. And Otto says that a penny has a greater value than a nickel. And Kai says a nickel has a greater value than a penny. So who is right? Well, a penny has a value of 1 cent. Okay, so anytime you have a penny, you know that that penny, which looks like this, it's the copper coin, it is worth 1 cent. Our nickels, which are a little bit bigger than the pennies, and they are silver, and they look like this, the nickel has a value of 5 cents. So in order to have our pennies be the same amount as our nickels, we would need 5 pennies because a penny is worth 1. So we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies to get 5 cents. Think about when we're working with our stickers in a 10 frame, or when we're working with our straws and bundles, right? A bundle is 10 straws. So in order to have 1 straw be the same as a bundle of 10, we would have to have 10 straws. It's the same with our money. So a penny is worth 1 cent, a nickel is worth 5. So 5 pennies is the same as 1 nickel. So if you went to the store and you were buying, say, a bubblegum ball, and the cashier told you it was 5 cents, you could either give the cashier 1 nickel, because 1 nickel, this silver coin, is 5 cents, or you could give the cashier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies, because each of those pennies equals a cent, and 5 of them would be 5 cents. So Kai is right, because a nickel has a greater value. It's worth more than a penny. Moving down here, it says write the value. So underneath the penny, each penny you're going to put 1 cent underneath it. And then all together, how many pennies are there? 1 cent plus 1 cent plus 1 cent plus 1 cent plus 1 cent. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. So here you can put 5 cents. And in the jar bank, you can put a 5. There are 5 pennies there, so it's 5 cents. Okay, go ahead and turn the page. It says write the value. So this time we're looking at 2 pennies. So 1 and 1, and those are each worth 1 cent. And then we have a nickel, which is a little bit bigger, and the nickel is worth 5 cents. So when we add these up, what we're really saying is 1 plus 1 plus 5. And then we're figuring out the total here. Okay, so we know that 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 5 more would be 7. So 1 cent plus 1 cent plus 5 cents, the total in your jar is 7 cents. Okay? All right, let's take a look at number 3. Okay, number 3, we have 5 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. So on these lines, you should write 5 cents plus 5 cents plus 1 cent plus 1 cent. Okay, so we know 5 and 5 is 10 cents, 1 and 1 is 2 cents, and then 10 and 2, whoops, I'm getting off my page here, 10 plus 2 would be 12 cents. So looking here, we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 12 cents, and you can put 12 cents in your jar. So see, when we're adding up pennies and nickels, if we think about our pennies as 1s and our nickels as 5s, it makes it a lot easier. All right, looking at number 4, it says John has 4 pennies. So 4 pennies would be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, because each of those pennies is worth 1. Tim has 2 nickels, so Tim has 5 plus 5. How much money does each person have? Well, John has 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4 cents. And Tim has 5 plus 5, which equals 10 cents. So we've got John, right? John has 4 cents. Tim has 10 cents. Okay? We're going to skip this one and go on now. The top of the next page is just a nice little review. These ones now we're going to go through. They've done this one for you. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4 cents. You can put 4 cents in the jar. And this one, because those nickels are worth 5, you can just count by 5s. So it's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. We can say 5, 10, 15, 20. So we've got 20 cents there in nickels. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 20. 20 cents in the jar. On the back of that page now, we have 5 cents. Let me write this out for you. 5 cents plus 1, 2, 3, 4 pennies. So plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So we're looking at 4 pennies equals 4 cents. Plus that 5 cents, 5 plus 4 equals 9 cents. So we have 9 cents there. Another way you could do this is say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cents. Okay, down here at the bottom we have 1, 2, 3 pennies. So we know that 1, 2, 3 pennies equals 3 cents. And then we have 5, 10, because 2 nickels equals 10. So we're looking at 3 cents plus 10 cents equals 13 cents. So right here you would put 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 13, and 13 in the jar. Okay. Down here it says Jack has 3 pennies. Kyle has 3 nickels. Who can buy the sticker for 12 cents? Well, Jack has 3 pennies. So Jack has 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. Kyle has 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 5, 10, 15. And if the sticker is 12 cents, Jack doesn't have enough money. So Kyle would be able to buy it because he has 15 cents, so he could take 12 of his cents and give them to the cashier. Okay? All right, now we are going to go on to the next few pages where we talk about dimes and quarters. Okay? All right, so if you turn now to the next page, the top of the next page says dimes and quarters. We just talked about in our past few pages a penny. I'll put it right here. A penny equals 1 cent. Let me move this over. A penny is 1 cent. A nickel was 5 cents. And now we are going to look at a dime, which the dime is actually the teeny tiny silver one. It's actually smaller than a penny, but it's silver. So the one that's smallest is the dime, and the dime is worth 10 cents. Okay, so now it's like having a bundle. We count by 10, 20, 30, 40 for each dime we have. And then the big kahunas, the biggest coin that we have, other than our half dollars, which we're not going to get into, is the quarter. And the quarter equals 25 cents. Okay? So looking here, it says Mike has 1 dime and 1 quarter. He needs 25 cents for the snack machine. So what coin does he need? Well, a dime is only 10, so that's not enough. So he needs the quarter, which is 25 cents. Okay? looking down where it says practice, here it has a quarter plus a dime. So what that is saying, and if you want to write with your pencil right on top of these coins to help get it in your brain, you can do that. So what that's saying is the big one is a quarter, that's 25 cents, plus the little one, which is a dime, which is 10 cents. So we're saying 25 plus 10. Well, lucky for you guys, you did awesome on our adding tens chapter. So you know that 25 cents is 2 tens, bink, bink, and 5 ones, bink, 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 bink. And if I add another 10, boop, now I have 10, 20, 30, 35 cents. So 25 plus 10 equals 35, and you can put 35 cents in the jar. Okay, looking down here now, number 2, I have a quarter plus a dime. So that one is saying 25 plus 25 plus 10. Well, 25 plus 25, I could line them up and add them up, and I will tell you that it equals 50 cents. But a cool way that I've always taught my firsties to remember, it goes like this. Okay, I'm going to put it right here underneath my face. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. And if you say that in your mind, it helps you when you're adding up your quarters. So 25, 50. I know 2 quarters is 50 cents, plus another 10 would be 60 cents. So you can go ahead now and write 25 plus 25 plus 10 equals 60, and put 60 cents here in the jar. Turning to the back of that page, we have, ooh, look at this, 25 plus 5, because that's a nickel, plus 1. So now we're saying 25 cents, which is our quarter, plus 5 cents, which is our nickel, plus 1 cent, which is our penny. Well, 25 plus 5 more would be 30, plus 1 more would be 31. So here we have 25 plus 5 plus 1 equals 31 cents. And in the jar you can write 31 cents. Moving on to number 4, I have a dime plus a dime plus a penny. So what that's saying is 10 plus 10 plus 1. So I can count 10, 20 plus 1 more equals 21 cents. So you can put 10 plus 10 plus 1 equals 21, and 21 cents here. Number 5 says Bill has 1 quarter and Sid has 2 dimes. So who has more money? Well, 1 quarter is 25 cents. 2 dimes is 10 plus 10, which is 20 cents. So the 25 is bigger than the 20. So Bill has 25 cents, Sid has 20 cents, Bill has more money. We'll skip the write about it for now, turn to the top of the next page. That's just a quick review of dimes and quarters. We have 10, 20, 30, and they wrote that one out for you. Here they've started it for you. The quarter is 25, plus 10 more would be 35, plus 10 more would be 45 cents, and you can put 45 there. And looking here at this one, we have a quarter plus a dime. So what a quarter plus a dime would be 25 plus 10. So we're adding a 10, which would make it 35 cents. Okay, and if we go to the back of that page, very quickly, 25 plus 10 more is 35, plus 5 more would be 40. So put 40 cents. And then our last one here, we have a dime, which is 10, plus a nickel, which is 5, plus a penny, which is 1. So 5 and 1 is 6, and 10 plus 6 is 16 cents. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to stop there for today. I hope that you've learned a little bit about pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, and we will continue practicing with those tomorrow and into next week. Okay? Bye, boys and girls.